Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. At Sharon's place, Nick enters and calls out for her. Faith appears and says she's not there. She says she's left voicemails, but there's no response. Nick hasn't heard from her either. Faith is trying not to be terrified, but this is so weird. So not right. Nick hugs her. He tells her they have to trust her mother and believe she's doing what she has to do to get through this and come back to them. At Daniel's apartment, Sharon lurks around in the dark and turns on a lamp. She returns to the whiskey and poison, and Cameron asks what she's waiting for. Let's do this. She says this is wrong. Cameron tells her this is what they've been working toward. This is the easy part. Sharon looks at the door. Cameron tells her she can go after she pours the poison into the whiskey bottle. Word will get out that Daniel's dead, but she will have the satisfaction of having taken control. She will have decided what makes her happy. It will bring her peace. The solution is right there, close enough to touch. At Society, Phyllis and Summer arrive to meet Daniel. He needles them about not being on time. Daniel says he's trying to find a job. Phyllis thinks things will be going great for all of them soon. They question her, and she pleads with them to just let her be happy spending time with her two favorite people in the world. Phyllis says she's buying and orders a bottle of the finest champagne. Daniel and Summer are freaked out. Phyllis doesn't care if they tease her and keeps gushing. Summer asks, "What's going on?" Phyllis doesn't want to talk about her and asks about Harrison. Summer says everything is great. Phyllis asks about Daniel, who says Heather thinks they should leave town and get a fresh start. Phyllis asks, is this because of Sharon? She hopes he's kidding and rants that she's trying to be understanding because she knows he has issues. But I'll be damned if I will lose my family because of Sharon and her constant drama. Phyllis keeps ranting until she picks up her phone and tries to call Sharon. Summer tells her to stop and asks Daniel, "Are you pleased with yourself right now?" He smirks, kind of. Phyllis learns they're not moving and asks how he could do that to her. She urges him to trust her with Sharon. He needs all the help he can get, and no one knows that woman like she does. Daniel tells his mother that the blonde apologized and warns her to stand down. He mentions boundaries and she mocks him. She lives big, and it's always worked for her. Summer giggles. They decide to celebrate, just the three of them. Phyllis teases, "You're my favorite son, by the way." Summer tells her brother she's glad he's sticking around. At Daniel's place, Sharon picks up the poison and says, no. Cameron tells her to think about how easy this is. She'll get to go back to the woman Nick will fall in love with all over again. Daniel should have died, not Cassie, and it's time to balance the scales. Do it, Sharon. Pour the son of a bitch's final drink. Sharon puts the poison down and frets that she hasn't thought this through. What if Heather drinks it or Lucy, who has gotten into her parents' alcohol before? Cameron sees that Daniel didn't think about that before the accident with Cassie. Sharon warns there will be repercussions. He rages. What about the repercussions from what Daniel did? He reminds her how she watched Cassie take her last breath, and there was nothing she could do. Sharon tells him, stop. Cameron knows it's still just as raw. All those nights grieving alone with Nick nowhere in sight. I feel what you feel, Sharon. We both know that you lost part of your soul when Cassie died. Now is your chance to get it back. You have the opportunity to finally lay your little girl to rest in peace. Don't let her down. Sharon unscrews the cap on the poison and grimaces. She puts a few drops into the whiskey. Cameron whispers, there you go. After placing the cap back on the bottle, Sharon puts it back as Cameron tells her, good job. She freezes and Cameron warns she needs to get out of there. Pull yourself together and let's walk out of here without leaving a trace. Then you're home free. Sharon closes the liquor cabinet and heads for the door. En route, she spots a framed photo of Heather, Daniel, and Lucy smiling together. She grimaces and flashes to Daniel apologizing to her for the role he played that night. Sharon picks up the framed photo and looks around. Cameron has disappeared. At Society, Summer tells a cute story about Harrison dressing himself in the dark. She wishes Marchetti had a kid's line so she could put him in the campaign. Phyllis muses, "Not if I steal him for Abbott Chancellor first." Her kids gawp. "What?" She tells them she's the new COO of Abbott Chancellor.